Hi everybody, welcome to today's transmission. Today you're going to receive light codes of joy, stability and love, and I'm going to walk you through it in the form of what the cards have revealed and all the different parts of the process that have been happening. I'm going to summarize. We're going to bring some artworks in for you to receive light codes visually, not just my artworks, but artworks of others in my energy art and twin flame alignment groups who very synchronistically have come up with codes and images and energies in their arts that completely correlate and connect to my own and to the process that's been on the table. So how this works is when I'm ready to do the next reading, some cards start to come onto the table. These are informing me of what we're bringing in from the higher levels. As they start to come in through artworks, messages, through different scenarios in my life and different things happening within the group energies that I'm working within, more cards start to come onto the table, artworks complete. And then I've found over the last year working with these groups of light workers who mostly are also twin flames, that their works as part of the same soul group, and being that we're consciously working together at least every month, we are seeing how they all connect and we're all joining pieces of the puzzle. So more recently, a lot of my artworks and readings have been bringing through those energies from those other people in the soul group as we collaborate and co-create to really land these ascension energies. So this one is a twin flame reading, but what I want to say about that is we also have masculine and feminine energies within ourselves. Within the twin flames, we have them within ourselves, and we have a more masculine energy counterpart and a more feminine energy counterpart coming down and working individually through all the layers. With the soul mission, in each twin flame pair has their individual soul missions, but within that, the greater soul mission of twin flames is to elevate humanity from lower level templates to higher level templates, especially around love. So when I'm doing twin flame readings, they are definitely relevant to what's going in the twin flames, as the twin flames are the same energy expressed in two different physical bodies. But it's also relevant to each individual in the twin flame journey, and also to others that don't identify as twin flames, as what's going on within the masculine and feminine aspects of themselves. So it is a lot to try and summarize, as a lot of work goes on between these transmissions. And this one has taken about 2 weeks of working every single day with my soul group. And I will put in the description below anything that I speak about here and any of the products and artworks, in case you feel that you want to work with those more personally at home rather than just through the video. So all those links will be down below. And I've got an announcement at the end as well about some things that are coming up that you might be interested in. So let's get started. So this one here, we're using some Angel Light Code cards from my channeled deck. I'm using some cards from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. I'm using some Intuit Twin Flame Oracle cards from Marla Kelly. And links for all of those will be down below as well. And I'm using some gratitude cards from my own set as well. So how do you receive energies? You are going to be receiving energies because they're in my field. So when I'm speaking about them, or if you're ready to receive them, you will receive them through my field through listening to this video. You're also receiving the energies through the images on these cards, because these cards, the ones of mine, including the gratitude ones, are all activated with energy. So just visually looking at them, you can receive those light codes. You're also receiving them through my energy field, my voice, and my verbal light language. You're receiving them through the energies in the artworks, and to receive those, you will be being in a peaceful, receptive, grounded space and letting your eyes wander over them. And you are also going to be receiving light codes from the geometry that I've set up on this table. So we have these 4 cups here that I have been creating that are completely relevant to what's been anchoring through myself, through the group, and through this configuration. Now these are forming a energy portal across here. And right in the middle where they join is the center of the portal. And I see this as a lock and a key. And the key is gratitude. And what we're unlocking is joy, stability, and love. We're anchoring this manifesting of your dreams. And this is more at the emotional level, but making forward progress. And we're anchoring material achievements. So we're letting go of any tightness, any nickel and diming, any sitting on things for fear of losing them or for fear of a rainy day. And we're also bringing in that sun of spring after the cold winter, after the coldness, the hibernation, the aloneness. We're bringing in the togetherness, we're bringing in the unity, we're bringing in the love, the joy, and the stability. And we're clearing out the things that are in the way of that. I'll give you some examples as we go along about how I've seen this. But this morning I woke up and I felt very clearly the joy of the masculine principle coming in. So we can see that as that joy coming in, and it's clearing out the repeating patterns, the working because you have to, the working because of lack, the working because it's the only way to get ahead in your life. We're clearing that out, and that's being replaced with joy and love. And so it's really getting in, breaking up all those stagnant, stuck places, and I have an artwork for that as well. All right, so I'm going to start the reading. So what's coming in at the top here is Raguel, balance and divine plan. So we are bringing in the divine plan. I'm here to facilitate the clearing and balancing of opposing forces and influences on your multidimensional system and body. At birth, you were strongly influenced by love and light, which permeated through your body into the surroundings. As time goes on, you become more susceptible to influences, programs, and imperatives from your environment and the current reality you exist within. With due diligence, you can retain strong connections to your spiritual source and essence, enabling source energy to move through you, impacting your surroundings in a positive way, while grounding your higher aspects into reality. This enables balance and divine justice to connect you to a divine collective plan. This balance has its own flow, movement, and higher intelligence that permeates through you. You can access it to create action, rest, receptivity, and outflow in a way that creates perfect balance in your life and endeavors. Feel your belly, allowing it to relax and release that which is digesting on an energetic and physical level. Enable it to be powered with divine love and grace through your divine connection to harmoniously release outside perspectives and influences. Feel the energy move outwardly through your energy field as a powerful projection, impermeable to lower vibrational forces. So I'm also seeing this bird. This bird has been coming through as well. And we can see the bird here and here. So this is freedom, this is mobility, this is higher perspective. It's accessing that higher plan. So in the joy painting, as these joy codes have been coming in, they've been bringing that solar warmth that nourishes the plants, grows the seeds, that new beginning coming in as we come out of dormancy, as we come out of reflection and the void phase. So in autumn, we were having the harvest. In winter, we're resting, resourcing. We were low activity, low in and out movement, more still and solitary. And so as we come to the spring, the flowers are going to grow. So whether this is spring in your hemisphere or not, it's about those new beginnings in the cycle. And so these birds are taking flight. And so in the joy painting, the dove was white in that painting, and it became golden as these joy codes, joy and abundance came in. So at the bottom of this one, and see how golden that is. So that's bringing those golden, that warmth, the solar principle, higher timeline of freedom and possibility. In surrender to the inevitable evolution that is orchestrated by your soul at the higher levels, there is a freedom that persists and permeates through you. This becomes diminished as you enter into third dimensional reality. We're now enhancing your pineal gland, which will enable greater access to the potential and freedom available to your soul and its infinite possibilities, potentials, and choices. As we enhance the light and power available through your pineal gland, you will feel a boost of joy, potential, and availability of choices that did not feel possible before now. We now uplift you and transform you into a higher timeline. You navigate the timeline through your will, intention, and openness to possibility. As you navigate to the timeline of choice, there is an anchoring now into the reality as we reposition you accordingly. Feel yourself in your new energetic home, a new scope of possibility and abundance, more full of joy, freedom, love, light, and adventures to explore. Feel free now as it anchors deeply and stabilizes in the new timeline. There is an enlightening of your frequency, a soothing and harmonization through your energy fields, and a stabilization on a path of power, joy, and adventure. So this is the path of those codes coming in. Got the birds and we've got the flowers, and this to me looks like a flower. So what I want to share now is a light code that one of the light workers in my group, just as this card had landed on the table, she shared this code that she had spontaneously drawn, and I felt that it was the energy code underlying this image that this was about, was anchoring the higher timelines. Ashatia ka ia koshata ia kai. And they're telling me that this here is also this here. And would be in similar relationship to that bird. So there are 3 birds on this one. And then we come down to more what's emotionally going on within the masculine and feminine energies. And this one down the middle is the unity. It's what's going on as those come together, what's coming in for both and filtering into both sides. And what it's going to anchor into on the ground is ease of processing and expressing. So we're really clearing out all the stuck, stagnant patterns around love, money, moving forward on your path. And we're bringing in gratitude, love, and joy into them. And the result is going to be an ease of processing, a flow, a divine flow moving through everything. The vibration that you currently resonate at is always up-leveling and up-shifting with spiritual growth. In any moment, your vibration fluctuates and changes as you process various aspects of your external and internal environment. We're bringing love and evolutionary light codes through this to you now. These are moving through you and clearing out the way you process information, emotions, mental perceptions, and external energies. There is more of a fluid movement available to you now as they harmonize, clear, and activate through the light centers in your energy bodies. The benevolence that you are calling for from the higher realms can now be accessed and accepted in your system more readily. The resulting effect is a higher confidence, a higher capability to process and express that which is moving through you into the world, having an external effect on your life. You'll experience more clarity and responsiveness within your energy field and your physical body, and the mental and emotional processing ability. There is less of a holding pattern due to facilitated processing capability. Ayakata oya kashatai koi koi. So what I would say now is this flower and this code here with the freedom of the bird is coming down into this Fibonacci spiral. This is like a nautilus shell, and it's sharing its codes, its creative codes. So it's coming into those stuck structures of this sitting on your money, saving for a rainy day, nickel and diming things, and being stuck in old templates around love and need and business instead of just simply the joy and pleasure of loving somebody and being loved. Ashatia Kai. So these are forming creative solutions. They're bringing the oil into the machinery as such. And at the very base of that, we're anchoring. My heart overflows with gratitude for love and support of my family and friends. So we go down this side now, and I'm thinking of this kind of more along the lines of the feminine side. However, it's relevant to all of us within that. We have this one here, and I just want to point out the visuals in this. So this looks like a unified version of 3 circles with this explosion in the middle, and it's got this pink love and yellow joy and optimism. And this one here from another deck is that split up in more detail before they merge. So as we're bringing those in as a more complex code of all of those energies, we start to be able to see them down on the ground as separate parts of the whole. And I can see this Fibonacci spiral also having 3 different rings in it, with the explosion coming out in a gentle way from the inner to the outer. And I can see over here with the simply love, and this feels like the masculine side, there's a lot of masculine on this side. I can see the sun, the solar, the warm, masculine, loving, positive energy, and it activating here in the book. The story, the journey, passed down from father to son. And I see like a brotherhood here as well. So all the different ways of men relating to each other and the patterns passed down around what that looks like. I would also say it's father to daughter as well, but what's coming down the masculine line. And I can definitely see that shifting and changing and breaking up and getting less rigidity in it and less repeating patterns and more fluidity and higher template relating coming in. So we'll start over here with this one, and this one is connected to I am grateful for the journey of self-discovery which allows me to embrace my true essence with love and acceptance. That is the active energy that's coming in around this, and I've noticed very much in people I've been working with and connecting with that, especially on the feminine side, people have been really deepening in even more to what is truly authentic for me. What are my true choices if I wasn't influenced by others' thoughts and pressure from others and what other people want. So this one is about fast effects of conscious positivity. In the fulfillment of your higher purpose, higher knowing and divine connection, you're always bringing through positive affirmations and instigations into your daily life. These are inherited through light codes from the higher dimensions, but also from your positive mindset, which you consciously co-create with your divinity. The light that you emit is protection in itself. However, self-care is required to stay positively aligned with your higher knowing, wisdom, purpose, and the channel of love and light that moves through you into the world, into your reality, and into your daily life. Be mindful of your thoughts and emotions and environment and what they reflect back to you through signs and symbols. The more you pay attention to these messages from your higher self and your divine team, the more open, conversant, and congruent you become with the higher energies as they manifest positivity in your life. Your inspired actions come from a place of higher vibration, light, love, an open heart, an open mind, and alignment with the truth of your divine being. This opens up higher potentials of joy and bliss, invigorating and enlightening all around you in your life. You're anchoring light codes, positivity and love, which have much more profound effects than you're consciously aware of. Your conscious mind cannot perceive the fullness of the greater plan and the vast effects of your conscious choices. So this joy and stability card, this is what we're going to see on the ground. And this is a 4 energy, the same as this 4 energy over here, 4 of coins. So coins is material world, money, resources. 4 is joy and stability. 4 is stabilizing. It's 4 corners. It's stable. It's the foundation. We're bringing joy into the foundation. Keywords: happiness, celebration, sharing, and renewal. So this is celebration. This is sharing. This is work or love. It's leveling up. It's big developments, big, big, big. And the guides were emphasizing the big. Big developments, big progress, big manifestation, work or love. But I see it as work and love. Gratitude fills my heart with joy, lifting my spirits and brightening my outlook on life. And with that brightened outlook on life, you're not at survival level anymore. With survival level, it eats up all your energy. It eats up all your focus, all your time in trying to create that income, create those things that are lacking, that are missing, that mean you can move forward. Whereas when you're in your joy, it's much higher level than that survival level, where that survival level is still like that holding, not flowing, it's holding. And so when that joy comes in, you have more energy to connect outwardly to others, to friends, to social situations, to group endeavors, to community, to lovers, and into the business that you want to do rather than the one that is currently making the money that you feel stuck in, right? So like a beautiful summer day, this card brings joyful energy. Take a break or step back just for now from any concerns you may have around matters of the heart and spend time in happy pursuits. Find reasons to celebrate with others. Welcome this warm, sunny energy into your life. Allow it to lift your spirits. Remember the law of attraction, and a high rate of vibration will attract all that you desire. Rejuvenate your relationships by renewing yourself. This card also speaks of a time of sharing and conversation. Lovingly open your heart and mind to people. Share your thoughts and above all be a good listener. Feel the ebb and flow of energy as you communicate with others. You'll find that this brings increased stability and warmth into your relationships, helping you attract like-minded people into your life. So I'm going to go over here now. What's coming in through the top here, I'm grateful for the beauty of nature, which reminds me of the wonder and magic of existence. And this one is successful progress, wider possibilities. The series of events that unfold in front of you can be complex interweavings of different factors that create a stop-start movement and multi-directional fragmented movements. You're navigating so many factors at your fingertips in your mind and consciousness, the unconscious levels of your soul programming, and many other factors that altogether create the pathway ahead of you. The challenges, distractions, obstacles, and environmental incapacities can create a feeling of instability, insufficiency, lack of progress or forward movement, and wasting of time and energy. As these feelings are being processed now, we're relieving them with the energies of rose quartz, amethyst, and peridot. Feel them permeate into your chest plate, throat, and heart chakras, crown chakra, lower spine, through your feet chakras, and into the earth grids. Fresh, green, crystalline energy is creating a pathway that is pure and unburdened. You're now equipped for any future burdens with the watermelon tourmaline energy, creating a path ahead of you into less challenge with fewer obstacles and factors of influence. You're holding your destination in your hands much sooner, from a frequency more aligned to joy and happiness than frustration and malcontent. You have a wider perspective of possibilities, less focused on challenges and obstacles, as there are fewer of them. And it spoke about tourmaline, rainbow tourmaline and green. Peridot, my heart sings with gratitude for the beauty that exists in the world around me. So we're connecting to crystals and nature, and the magic and wonder of existence. And at the base of that is simply love. So as we clear out all of those noisy voices, and I'll speak about the noise and the distractions in a minute. So all of that noise in our system, in our programming, in all the voices in our head and everything that's been passed down through generations, all of this is being cleared and processed easily to have this divine flow of joy and love come in and transform it into fluid movement forward with ebb and flow, with a natural rhythm that connects with nature, that connects with the natural cycles of the seasons, and day and night, sun and moon. And it's clearing out this need to accumulate, any materialism, material attachment, possessiveness, tightly held, not letting the light in, not letting the love in, is being cleared. And this is down the masculine side, because the masculine energy is a strategy, path forward, and logical reasoning in the material world, really. And at the base of that is simply love. So what I want to show you now, I feel this has come up as we've gone through these 4 cards here, and is these 4 cups that I've been working on since this reading started on the table, and they've completed just as the last cards have come in. So her, can receive the light codes from this. Ashata ia kaya ta ashakia tai, ashakatia ayakotoya ya 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 ya. And I'm feeling the energies from that moving through the midline there and down into the blue at the bottom here. Ashakata ia kushata kaya to. These are light language symbols, so they contain energy. Ashakatia kaya, it's the lunar, the mystery. Ashakatia ka ai taya ya ya ya. We have some eclipses coming up, so the sun and the moon are going to be superimposed, just like the twin flames are. Ashata ia kashata ai akoshata. So the lunar is the mystery, the feminine, the unseen, the intangible, the dark, the void, what comes through the stillness. Ashakati aya kosha, ashakati aya. We'll bring that through to the solar, which is him. Have him, solar, a lot of gold and yellow. Ashakati aya kotoi, ashakatoi akia ai, ashakato oya kashata ia kai, ashakata oya kai atia koi, akoya ta ia kashatoya kai 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 tokoya kai. See how much that looks like this joy and stability. Ashakatia kai tatai tatai katai kokoi koi 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 katai kai kai katai kai kai. And I feel it connecting to, I'm grateful for the beauty of nature, which reminds me of the wonder and magic of existence, which is connected to these cycles, these lunar and solar cycles, the seasons. Ashakatia koya kata ia kai 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 to koi 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 koi. Okay. So this now will go across this way down to the I am joy. And when I created these, I did not know, really, I didn't necessarily correlate them to this reading. And then I realized through various signs and synchronicities and the cards that continued to come onto the table, the paintings that needed to be completed, how this was all part of the same process as they always are. Oya katoya ka aya kotaya kai 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 kai. Okay, so there's some joy codes. And then this one is also feminine in the same colors. I am love. So the masculine energies are bringing in the joy. The feminine energies are bringing in the love. Ayaka toyaka, ayaka toyaka, ayaka ay, ayaka toyaka, ayakai, ayaka toyaka, ayaka ashia toya 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 kaya taya kai, ayaka toya kaya, ayaka toya kaya asha tai atoya taya kaya kaya koya. Okay, so now we're going to just activate the configuration of the 4 principles there. Him, her, solar, lunar, joy, love, ashaka, ta, ishaka, ayato, as they activate through this portal here. Ashaka, toya, kaya, ta, ayakash, atai. So I was just shown to bring in this other painting here. This one is the Avalanche of Abundance, and it's connected to several other paintings. Akasha tokoya kataya ka'ai ashatai. It's bringing in that golden, abundant energy. Ashakata, as well as the cosmic colors. Ashakataya kato. And I noticed it placed over there as part of this configuration with an actual physical spiral underneath it. So it's showing me that those light codes, the fluid higher template light codes, which are represented by this underlying pattern in the middle here, and around the outside we have the more linear 3D version of currency, love, the old templates. So it's showing me that these circular spiral energies are coming in, and they're actually manifesting now because it showed me the spiral at the base. Ashakatia koi akayata a a a. Okay. So now let's look along the middle here at what is the path here between this manifesting your dreams, as just showed by the avalanche painting, to get to this part here where I'm grateful for the abundance that surrounds me. That surrounds me every day. So we're going from gratitude fills my heart with joy, lifting my spirits and brightening my outlook, to I'm grateful for the abundance that surrounds me every day. And that turns this one up this way. Less is more. Reevaluating priorities and release materialism. Ashakoyati. I'm thankful for the wisdom of experience which guides me towards greater understanding and insight. So what I'm seeing here is that there is learnt behaviours that have been passed down through generations, through also the way masculines in their friendships and their brotherhoods have treated each other. And this is shifting as we're bringing unity, love and joy into them and transforming them into simply love. And the way you treat your mates, your brothers, your soul family, your physical world family, your friends, your lovers, when you really love them. And there is not all of that programming and influences from media and influences from peer groups and what's passed down the line and all of those other lifetime experiences. And we're then looking at our own experience of how we feel when we simply love, how we treat others when we simply love, and really breaking it down into that minimalism without all of the other factors affecting it. And so how do we get, what's going on in between the place we're coming from and the place we're getting to is, it's coming a bit from the feminine side, is that I feel insecure and it's pushing me to grow. So if they're feeling that absence of that love and protection that comes naturally from that place of simply loving, from the masculine within ourselves, simply loving ourselves, protecting ourselves, doing what's right for us, knowing that what's right for us is ultimately right for all if we are all unified. And also from our own masculines, particularly in the twin flame journey, if you're in the push and pull phase where the masculine is absent while he's working on all these distractions and all of these things in the way. And obviously when he's in joy and love, then he's naturally protective. So again, from the feminine, we need to wait for divine timing. Time is healing our wounds and creating the perfect conditions for our reunion. So as we're deep diving in through all of the things that are in the way, once we've set an intention to manifest our dreams and to have abundance in our lives of the good things, of the joy and the love, what comes up in between that is everything that's in the way. And it's coming up because it's coming into consciousness. Only when it comes into consciousness can we shift it and work with it and bring the antidotes in. And that's what divine timing is. So now from the masculine, I've been giving my power away to people in my life. I'm learning to set boundaries. So those programs, those influences are affecting the masculine and the feminine. So it's got a feminine on here, and I've definitely been hearing it through the feminine counterparts. Then the feminine voice is that, wow, when I deepen in about how I'm self-sabotaging or whatever, I'm self-sabotaging through the distractions, and I'm self-sabotaging through what I think other people want. So you could call it people-pleasing, but I feel it. And then the last one is, I've never felt love like this before. The depth of it can be inspiring, but also overwhelming. And what I see here is as that simple love comes in, and that is like the divine love, the heartfelt love. It's not on the mental level, and the mental level is ruled by the masculine, right? So as that heart and soul level love comes in and breaks up those lower level templates that have been programmed in, that feed through history about survival level, surviving on the planet, and a lot to do with compatible relationships or financially stable relationships, things that grow your ability to survive and thrive on the planet, rather than activating the heart and soul connections, which when the love comes in through those, they break up those patterns, they break up the programs in the world, and they bring the life force through them and create them into something evolutionary and transformative, not just for the couple and the individual, but also for humanity and the collective as a whole, and raise it up to those higher templates. So as that comes down into these relationships, I'm thankful for the wisdom of experience, which guides me to greater understanding and insight. So the experience of that's something you have to experience. You can't understand that from the mental, the conscious. You have to experience it to feel it. You have to see and feel and experience the way that moves through your life, through your relationships, through everything you do, even through these partners matched by soul and heart rather than matched by physical compatibility as such. And that's when we get, I'm grateful for the abundance that surrounds me every day. So I'm just feeling to bring in the energy of the joy painting now, that golden abundance and love that comes into the joy, that brings the joy with it. Also that solar principle, the masculine principle coming in, breaking up the old version of relationships, creating something entirely new, matched by heart and soul and destiny, and aligned to your higher purpose. Aya kaya ta aya koshoto koya kaa ashakata kaya kokoyoko ashata kaya kaka ya. So I feel now to explain. I keep being taken back to this timing of love, the heart and the big bend there, the timing. And what I'm also getting is the timing of the masculine coming online. So the masculine counterpart, but also the masculine within each of us coming online, really opening up to allow in those feminine energies. And as those feminine energies of movement and flow and divine intuition and aligning to higher purpose, so the masculine can create that stable foundation through joy. And so what I've been experiencing around in my life and my connections as these codes have come in is very much very loud masculines and very, very loud and in my face issues and stagnancies and repeating patterns and old habits that just really hard to break. Things like from 30 years of repeating patterns over and over again, like Groundhog Day, really clearing out that repeating over and over and over the same thing, moving out of that and into the fluidity, into the creative lifestyle, the one that's bigger than what we can even imagine when we open up to the possibilities and timelines that are trying to come in now. Ashata kia kaya kaya kai. So I've experienced like really loud building work, like drilling, hammering, in a place where I have to be, like I'm stuck there. I can't move out of it, so I'm stuck with it. And the tempering of our, I want to say tympanic membrane, but which is part of the inner ear, but the part of the inner ear that I've been seeing is the cochlea, which is this shape. It's like a shell, it's a spiral. And so like the elevating of that from hearing what we think we're going to hear, from hearing the old patterns, what we expect to hear from others, what we think others want from us when they say something. We receive those words and make them mean something that our psyche understands based on our programming, and up leveling it to what they're really saying and what the energy is that's coming in with that, what they really mean. And it often is not them trying to pressure you to change your mind, if you know what I mean. So it's like really hearing the truth of it, and also hearing it as someone's opinion, not necessarily as something you have to do. And I watched that transform. I felt this morning the masculine feel joy. It was so tangible to me. Instead of that have to, just doing what I'm told to do. I watched a TV program as well around this time that was talking about experiments done in the 60s where people were willing to go against what their morals were and what they thought was right, even to the detriment of others or the harm of others, when they were concerned about the other involved, simply because they felt that a greater authority, someone that was like a teacher or a doctor or someone of authority, was telling them they had to. And they were not tapping into that self-empowerment, saying, well, why do I have to? I don't have to. I don't have to do anything. I'm in charge of my own life. I choose what I do, and I'm choosing not to hurt that person. So that, again, was a very masculine experiment that was done. But feminines also, 65% of them defaulted to doing what they were told to do, regardless of whether it was right, whether it was aligned to their truth, even if their conscious was screaming at them, no, they did what they were told. And so I feel that there's this upgrading of what we hear and how that relates to what our actions are. And in the middle, in this gateway here, is this choice that I'm choosing what is right by tapping into my balanced masculine and feminine aspects. I'm listening to my higher self. I'm listening to my heart. I'm listening to my divine alignment that is aligned to the higher good and unity of all. And then acting on that, that is called inspiration, divine information that inspires the action. And so that's what we're bringing in here. And so I've seen it also as the masculine and bringing that joy into that work. And I then, after a couple of days, as all this energy work was being done, I heard the masculine singing as they were doing their work. And they had these torches. So they were blasting with the work they were doing. There were torches sealing and protecting the work they'd done. And they were singing as they did it. And it was that fire, that torch. And I feel it was that joy was coming in. And what I will say with that is that joy and this gratitude, the appreciation of simply love, taking the focus off survival level and into the unity with others and the collective highest good, bringing that joy in, breaking up all that rigidity and patterns and influences and distractions from others, was really opening up the gateway from the feminine. And so the same lady who provided the code for the energy that underlined this one also simultaneously, as this process was happening, brought in a code that looked to me like the feminine lock, the intimate gateway to her inner temple. And I feel that the masculine accesses that with this feather representing divinity, gentleness, understanding, careful, conscious approach, gratitude, love and joy. And as he comes into there, he unlocks the key in the middle of this and enters the gateway to union with the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Ashata iakai, akai, akai, akai. And I must say, it has felt very loud and very loud on the other levels, I can't hear the masculine speaking to the feminine in the physical. I can't feel him communicating and telling her yet how he's feeling, what he wants. He's still accessing that, but on the high levels, he's been loud. His energy's been loud. He's been really trying to bring in this joy and stability. And I can see that also as the key, that with the feather. So, the solar and the lunar coming together. We have two eclipses coming up with the solar and the lunar come together. I think it's the 14th and the 29th of March. These are really, really big portals. And I feel that this was in preparation for that. So I think the last thing to say, because really there is so much that I could speak about that occurs every single day. I could do a video every day. But this twin flame spiral, and I'll put a video down below for anyone who doesn't know what that spiral is about. But you can see the upper spiral as the feminine and the lower one as the masculine. And this one speaks to me all the time, and I see it light up and I see it move and I see one come above the other and them change in their position and where they're at in the journey. And at the moment, both are equally as bright and in perfect alignment. And that has just come in this week leading up to this eclipse coming up in a couple of days. So the eclipse, of course, is the masculine and feminine coming together. And I feel it takes us into that point in the middle where we are one. Ashata ia kaya ta aya koshokoya. Ashakatoya ka ashakia toya ka aya ya ya ya. I have, since starting that reading, leading up to this portal of these eclipses, I have been seeing so many quadruple and triple ones, which is the divine marriage, the hieros gamos, masculine, feminine, in perfect balance and harmony and unity. And this has just been not only the normal synchronicities of seeing them, but seeing them at the same time as they connect to the time of day being 11/11 and the date being the 11th, all in one synchronicity, just multifold synchronicities. And I feel that's what this gateway is taking us through, to these really multifold alignments and shifts. And so I have had some trouble editing the video, and what I've found is that this means that I'm posting it to you quite a while after I've integrated all the codes that have come in, which means I can let you know how these codes are going to affect you as they integrate. And what I would say is it's going to bring up any areas of separation and any places where you're not feeling divine alignment, divine timing, joy and love in your connection and in what you're manifesting in your life, in your path forward, in your forward progress, in your life, in your mission. And it will bring it up as in dissatisfaction, annoyance, disillusionment, feeling like it's all wrong or it doesn't make sense or you were wrong all along, or putting yourself down around that. But that's just moving through. So just allow it to move through. So the best way to receive these energies, and I always suggest watching the video a few times to receive layers of codes. You receive what you can receive in the first listening, and when you listen to them again, it will get another layer. And you keep doing that until it feels done. But meanwhile, give yourself time to rest and integrate and listen to your body as you do that. Drinking water can help it move through quicker as well. Anything that comes up, just understand it's moving out. Don't judge it, don't suppress it. Just let it move through, knowing that when you come out the other end, you're going to be higher vibration, higher timeline. So for the announcements now, I want to tell you a beautiful little story whilst we've been using these gratitude cards to give you an example of how the energy can tangibly be felt in these products made from a higher vibrational intention with light language codes in them. So this mug accidentally traveled up to one of the light workers in my twin flame alignment group and energy art group, and she didn't know what was in it, but the package arrived at her house and she said, wow, what is in that? The energy is powerful. I can really feel the gratitude in it. And I didn't know which mug it was because I'd ordered a few. And when it arrived at my house, when she redirected it, it was this one. So yeah, it was really beautiful, magical synchronicity. And these cards also hold that energy in them. So you can get these in a beautiful little card deck like this from my shop. But what I've just done since starting this reading is I've also created them in a cheaper version where you can cut them up yourself. They're laminated. You can cut them up yourself and you get a beautiful little organza bag. So those are now available as well. I have so many new products available in my shop all the time. I'll put the links down below if you're interested in any of the paintings or mugs or anything you've seen today. And on that note, if you would like to create your own healing tools like that, your own energy art, I am starting level 2 energy art next week on the 19th of March. You can join any time because it's an ongoing monthly subscription over on Patreon. And when you join that, you get access to everything that's already there. So you get access to all of level 1 that you can just work through in your own time. They're in live workshop format, and all of these will be eventually constructed into a structured training program. But at the moment, you can access them all in live workshop format with a few little course videos over on Patreon. And lastly, just a shout out to my twin flame alignment group who've been working with the energies and bringing them in. And I haven't mentioned everybody or brought in their images simply because there is so much magic around them and so much to share that I can't really fit them into one video. But thank you, Becky, for letting me share those codes you've brought in, and Marlene for working with me, identifying and clearing the energies in the way of bringing these codes in for this transmission. So see you next time, everybody. Take care.